Good morning, everyone. Hey, good morning, Kev. Are you able to hear me okay? All right, good, good. All right, guys, let's get to it. We got a big morning today as CPI comes out. So it's going to be a very eventful day, to say the least, in both Forex and the stock market. So, guys, get ready for just, a bit of a roller coaster here. All right. Um, if you're new, please hit that like and subscribe button. Also, throw in your questions. If you have any questions about Forex that you guys might want to know about, especially when it comes to live trading, please let me know and I'll get you answered. But for right now, guys, we're going to get into it, and I don't want to waste any time. We have a setup on the dollar, guys, that for the most part can go either way. All right. Now, I want to let you guys know that, eventually you got to pick a side, right? You can set something up for if it goes up, you can set something up for if it goes down. But, ultimately it's only going to do, well, it could do both. But, ultimately you want it to do one or the other. All right. So just to kind of gain a bias on what may happen, I'm going to give you guys my insight for the dollar right now. So basically, all this move was down. All right. So lower low, lower low, right? Lower high. If you guys understand the market structure, this was a downtrend. All right. And then something happened, right? We didn't get any lower than right here. And then we started to rise, right? So because of this, let's get in there. All right. Because of this new rise, all right, I'm bullish on the dollar. Okay. So from a downtrend now to a uptrend, and you can again just read the structure, guys. This is what trading forex is all about. Being able to identify whether you're in a downtrend or an uptrend, and then looking for your sells or your buys. It's pretty much that simple. So try to always keep it that way. But here we go. So run a little consolidation, run more consolidation. All right, a slight pullback, run, and now again more consolidation. So what was the theme here, right? Check it out. It was running up and then consolidating. Okay. And then once again running up and then consolidating. Okay. Follow me, guys. And one more time, running up and now consolidating once again. Okay. So what am I going to expect? Exactly what it's been doing. A big push up, consolidation. A big push up, consolidation. A big push up, consolidation. So I'm expecting another big push up to kind of even out this down movement that we've had, in the past. So this is from November of last year all the way to December, right? So a whole month we went straight down. We tanked on the dollar, all right? And now from the end of December to where we are now in February, right? So 2 months roughly we've been rising up, but in a, not, we didn't just shoot straight up, right? We shot up, we went sideways, shot up, went sideways, and now we're in the sideways phase. I think we're going to shoot up one more time. And this was all due to, if you guys remember when the year started, the big thing was going to be about whether the Feds were going to increase interest rates or lower them, or what you hear them say, cut interest rates. That's what the big deal was when the new year hit, because inflation was going down, right? And which was the whole, goal for the Feds, was to get inflation to, get back to its normal 2% or whatever it is. And um, when the year hit, they decided not to increase interest rates because inflation was coming down naturally or on its own. And that caused the dollar to rise. Okay, guys. So today is CPI this morning, and that's exactly what they expect. They expect inflation to continue to lower, meaning go down, right? And if that's the case, guys, I'm expecting the dollar to go kaboom. Okay. Now, um, that may not happen, right? You know what I mean? Maybe inflation creeps up and it gets higher, and maybe that causes the dollar to fall. All right. I want to point out this. This is something really key, and you'll get this over time. But when you mark up a chart, when you understand what the trend is, and there's news pending, a lot of times the news, like you know what to expect. All right. So price is supposed to go up because of what market structure is telling you. But typically, what causes it not to do that is news, right? News causes it to go, oh, boom, reverse, right? And you knew that price should have gone up, okay? I don't want you guys to beat yourself up about that. You're going to get caught, right? It's going to happen to where you did everything right, and price was, what price was supposed to do, but it didn't do it, right? It's going to be a lot of situations like that. You guys just have to, kind of take it and run with it, right? You know what I mean? But here is, again, my bias for what I expect the dollar to do this morning. And trust and believe me, it will be an eventful day, both, again, in Forex and the stock market, to say the least. So, um, with that, right, let's go ahead and start looking for opportunities that line up with the dollar rising. All right. Again, guys, hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. If you guys have any questions, also let me know, and I'll get to it. So here we get to the lower time frame, guys, to get all the details. All right. So we know the trend is up. We know we're in consolidation, and even as you go to the lower time frame, you're still in more consolidation, right? We're consolidating right here. Okay, and we had consolidation all back here. I don't need to mark none of this up because overall this whole section is just going sideways for the most part. Okay, so we can kind of leave this consolidation box here. You guys see I have alerts to let me know if price rises or if it falls. And because my bias is bullish, right, I would like to see price break up, come out of here, and then we'll start to, do our dance on the dollar. But typically, when it's CPI, what will happen, right, is we'll get more of a scenario like this where we break out of the box and we completely just shoot straight up. Like you're not getting any kind of pullback, you're not getting this kind of, dance, right? You just get a complete boom. It just shoots up, and then you're seeing it rise up and you're thinking, okay, it's going to come down, but then it just keeps shooting up. So again, that's what I'm expecting. Will we get that? Time will tell. Okay. Little thing, if you guys know anything about ICT concepts, all right, and that's inner circle traders. All right. It's just a guy who came up with the concept on how to identify certain concepts, right, within Forex that pretty much are spot on. All right, this is all, this is all a cycle. All right, and how the market moves, and uh, until you understand that, you're not gonna make it, right? If you just get in just to trade, you may get lucky here and there, but ultimately, you're not gonna really get to where you want to be until you understand the cycle, right? So the ICT concepts, you guys can check that out. Um, Oh, sorry, Kev. I'm just reading your comment, but you're absolutely right. And again, for the ICT concept, guys, start learning about that. It is gold, it is money. But here we go. So the previous day, right? This yellow dotted line is the previous day high. Here's the previous day low. All right. Here's the previous week high, the orange line, and the previous week low, this orange line at the bottom. So what's happening here is we try to gain a bias on what we think price is going to do based off of the previous day low and the high. All right. So what the candle has, what price action has done so far on this candle in regards to the previous day is that it's already pushed up and it's taken out the high. All right. So now what's expected is for price to go and take out the low. Okay. So what I think is going to happen, all right, is that because we have, well, this low was actually, the weekly low was actually taken out as well. So that's already, something, but still, just because it took out the high from yesterday, it still can go and take out the low from yesterday before going to try to, come up here and take out the high of the previous week, okay, which is just what I expected to do. So just to kind of bring this home so we can look for our trades, guys, I think price is going to push down, right? There's a fair value gap that sits right here as well, okay? It's between this red candle, this green candle. This where you have that gap, all right? So we've already kind of tapped into that here or yesterday where we swept the lows of last week, okay? So we did that, but I feel like we're going to come down and we're just going to tap into it a little deeper. And then, because it wants everybody, they're going to want everybody to think that the dollar's falling, right? And again, just watch, how things play out, right? They're going to want you to think it's falling, and then they're going to give it a good push down, and before you know it, that bad boy is just going to start shooting up, and you're going to be like, wait a minute, I thought we were going down, right? So um, again, it could be a fake out either way, right? It could also rise up, take out the high, and then go ahead and fall, right? It'll even give us some kind of double top if it does that. But you know, I have to. I realize with no matter how many times you guys come up with how things are going to play out, you got to pick a side, And I know it sounds, you know, like, man, why do I got to pick a side? Why can't I, do both? It's because it's never going to really work out, right? You know what I mean? You can have an order above, you can have an order below, but guess what? Like I said, they can push it down, activate your order below, and then push it straight up. So you lose the order that was down here, and then as it goes and pushes up, it can still reverse and come and push down on you, right? So all you really want is, like, since I'm expecting the dollar to rise, I just want my order for, things that line up with the dollar rising. So I would sell gold. I would sell odd dollar, right, which I've already done. I would sell euro dollar, pound dollar. All of these trades, I would sell them if the dollar is going to rise. And if I lose it, then I live with that, right? But guess what? Typically, what happens, right? Those scenarios that I told you guys about earlier, where you know what price is supposed to do, but news reverses it or causes it to fall, that's every once in a while, right? You know what I mean? But what typically happens is when you know what price is supposed to do and news comes out, it usually already told you that, what the results were going to be, right? Because you're able to read the charts and now news just sets it on fire. And this is why I always just choose, price action. So price action tells me dollar should go up. I'm going to stick with the dollar going up. Yes, it can reverse. Yes, I can be wrong, but I've also seen the times when I'm right. So I'm never going to like trip on the fact that, there's a possibility to lose this, right? And I won't, start preaching today, but you guys, kind of understand where I'm coming from with that. And hopefully you pick a side, right? So if you think the dollar's going to fall, stick with that, right? Throughout, CPI, this and any other news that we have, And then if you think it's going to rise, stick with that. All right. Make your bed, lay in it so you can see what's what. Okay. And guess what? Even if you lose, let's just say, I'm wrong. The dollar doesn't go up and it starts to go down. Well, that's cool because all I'm going to do is wait. Right. I have a song called Patience and $100, but patience is such a huge part of trading. It's ridiculous. All right. But I'll just wait. It'll drop. Right. Then I'll wait for the pullback to see if it's going to respect this area as resistance. And if the bears show back up, now I'm going to be bearish on the dollar. And then I'm going to do things like buy gold and buy pound dollar, et cetera, et cetera. All right. So I really want you guys to, get that, understand that, because everybody's nerves is going to be wrecked this morning. And, they're going to be trying to switch up, you know, when prices, trying to fake them out, right? Give it, give the dust, give it a little bit after news comes out for the dust to settle, right? And then you'll really see, what's what. But again, uh, at the end of the day, guys, just pick a side, stick with it. All right, that's the message. So, some reason on my screen, all your candles are white, wicks are red and green, just on the daily chart. Oh, bro, I'm not sure. Let me see if I can do anything about it. Actually, let me know. Oh, no, no, no. Yeah, all my candles are white. Yeah, the wicks are red and green. Yeah, so that is right, Kev. You had me thinking that my screen was doing something funky for a second. I wasn't even looking. All right, but yeah, if you need me to change the color so it'll look better, let me know. We can do that. All right, guys. So like I'll show you guys really quick. I have another. I like this one. What was it? See, this one. Yeah, there we go. All right, so maybe that works better. Let me know. But let's start looking for something. All right, so with the dollar going up, these are the pairs that I expect to go down. So my team is already in a sell for our dollar. Okay. And again, I can see it reversing because we do have these equal lows, and now we just kind of made this higher high. But ultimately, we still have not broken above this resistance area. So we still have a chance to win this. But I think because we just got this doji candle right here, this is an indecision candle. Depending on how this candle closes out, we'll have what we call a morning star. And with that, we could easily rise, right? How far we're going to go, we don't know. But again, all we got to do is look left. Here's a previous high. And then you keep looking left. You keep seeing all the previous swing highs. So we can either get up to here and then fall, here and then fall, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. But again, if the dollar rises, right, it's doing this little push down, which I think is going to go and take out these lows, right, of the previous day because it already took out the high, right? It'll take out the low and then it'll go. So on these, again, I'm going to be bearish. So let's just run through these and then get to the pound pairs. Euro dollar, again, bearish also, right? Again, I know it's making this move up right now. And, that will frighten people who are actually in a sell on this right now, but you gotta stick to your guns, okay? Because it's always when as it pushes up and it gets close to hitting your stop loss, you want to get out, right? Because you're like, oh man, forget this, I'm not gonna win it. You close out, and then there's a little wick that happens. It looks just like this, just like that. So what you guys don't know on this candle is that the candle opened right here, all right, and it closed at the bottom. This is a bear candle. But when this candle was open, right, before it completely closed, it opened here, it pushed up all the way here, and then it pushed down all the way here, and then it closed right here. So at one point, this candle was very bullish, right, where it went all the way up against resistance, making you guys think that price was going to go up, right? So imagine you having a stop loss behind here, right? and your stop loss was, let's say, right here, right? So there's your stop loss. And because you saw it pushing up, you said, man, I'm out of here, right? You closed the trade, and then look, the candle wasn't even closed, right? But once you close the trade, kaboom, it drops. Does a little sideways dance. Again, you think it's going to go up, 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 but maybe it taps in one more time and then it drops again. So you're like, shit, how come I'm never winning? How come, I can't get it together? Everybody else is doing good. Like, what's my issue? What's my problem? That's it. You're not letting things play out, right? You do a lot of analysis to determine, if you're going to get in for a buy or a sell. Then you get in for the buy or the sell based off of your analyst. Then all of a sudden your emotions take over, and you don't like to see red. You don't like that you're losing. You think your account's going to be blown. Maybe you over leverage. You did too much, et cetera, et cetera. All these things start to factor in. So you close the trade just to see that the trade eventually goes in your favor, and it goes significantly, and you want to win the trade if you didn't, let your emotions get the best of you. All right. I'm here to tell you guys, I teach you how to get that emotion or control your emotions and get that, that fear of losing or what have you, out of the way so that you can actually see what really happens. That way, whether or not what you're learning is working or not, right? So if you want to, have that kind of, situation, with the Forex journey, come get with me, all right? Forexwithbain.com. Again, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, So again, all of the major pairs, that have the dollar in it, I'm bearish on for now. Okay. Now, again, there's a lot of imbalance that sits up here. There's a gap between these three candles that price could easily go and take out, right? Before it either, keeps going up or what have you, or before it kind of comes crashing down and doing its thing. Either way, all I'm getting at is that I can see both sides of the coin, especially with news lingering to where we could easily push up and reverse everything, right? Or push down and be in alignment with what we already know, right? So again, looking at it from a higher time frame, you guys can't tell me that this doesn't look like it's the exact opposite of what I showed you guys on the dollar. Here's the big push up, right? Remember the dollar had the, let me get it up. Okay. Remember the dollar had the big push down. All right. I'll just illustrate it one more time. Right. There's the down move. Right. But on euro, there's your up move. And watch. Dollar, there's your up move. Euro, there's your down move. So if you guys are wondering why I'm in a sell, when you look at it from the higher time frame, you get it. Right? You're like, oh shit, I see. So there was the run, the pullback, the run, right? A little deeper run, the pullback, the run, the pullback. Oh, I see why he's in a sell, because he's expecting the run. You got it. That's exactly why I'm in there. All right. And you guys need to have these, this understanding and these reasons as to why you're in the trade so that it'll all make sense to you. And, your trading game will, just completely, elevate, you know what I mean? And you'll say, damn, I'm really getting this stuff now. All right. That's how that goes. So bearish on odd dollar, euro dollar, pound dollar, New Zealand dollar. Okay, if you guys got questions about it, please let me know, and I will, I'll break it down. But for the pound pairs, let's go and see. All right, I'm gonna remark up everything here on my pound pairs because I don't quite know what's what. All right, I'll leave that. Okay, get rid of this. Okay, get rid of that. Okay. All right, here we go. Pound odd. All right, currently in a sell on the pound odd, and I might have to take a L on this one, but we'll see. So All right, so getting an alert on the euro. Let's see what's going on. Okay, kind of rising. And to be honest, I would prefer for it to rise right now, right? And then when news comes, kaboom, right? That's what I would prefer. But you never really know what's going to happen on these days. Sometimes the Feds get on there and they say things that weren't even related to CPI, and that causes a whole nother riffraff, right? We could be up and down all throughout the day. So that's why most people don't trade it, because there's a lot of uncertainty and what can be happening. So just want to throw that out there, guys. Don't want to trade. Um, but for me, I'm going to take my chances with the dollar rising, just because since the new year, okay, and I won't be hurt if it reverses on me, because then I know, okay, well, that was just news. It wasn't really price action and market structure, et cetera, et cetera. All right. So here on pound odd on the previous day, basically what the story reads is that right now, this is where we are. We're within this day right here in this green candle, and we've just broken above yesterday's high. Okay. So because of that, we can, well, we haven't really broken. I mean, we've broken above the high, but we haven't closed. So this could end up being a whole wick, and it could even turn into a bear candle by, the end of the day, or when this candle closes, right? We got 10 hours left on this candle. Okay, so just as it's is right now, if it's going to close above the high, then that means tomorrow we can expect it to continue rising higher, which it'll most likely take out the previous week's high and then start to fall. So again, even as it's pushing up, right? I'm losing. I'm about to lose. It's getting to be, in the negative, right, as it's pushing up. But I could lose, 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 lose. It'll tap in, take, just kind of push above the high a little bit to take it out, right? Still not hitting my stop loss. And then that bad boy can come on down to take out the low of the previous week, right? As well as the low of the previous day, right? You understand what I'm saying? Um, it's been minutes since I caught a live. Yo, Jay, what's good, man? And thank you, man, for showing up. Appreciate that love. You guys have been pretty loyal to me, man, and it means a whole lot. So thank you. Um, but yeah, guys, pound odd, I'm still bearish, okay? Because again, this candle's not closed, even though you do see it pushing up, but you have to understand, what the structure is. Again, the structure is in a uptrend, right? But from the daily time frame, it's in an uptrend, okay? Coming and looking at it from a lower time frame, right? When we sold it from up here, right? So we had this big push up, right? And then we had a little break, change of character to where we broke below this low, right? So we sold it. And at the time, we've been in this trade for a minute only because I've been waiting for it to hit TP. But look, last week we got in, on roughly that Monday or Friday or Sunday, and then it came all the way down in 3 days. It went 110 pips, right? So now it just went against us, and now it's actually tapped into an actual order block that sits right here. Okay, and look at that, to the T, guys. All right, so this is what we call a sell order block. Okay, that has been mitigated and perfectly mitigated. Okay. So guess what? I may still win this trade, right? I've seen it happen thousands of times. So I'm not going to sweat it. But for the pound odd, guys, I am in a sell. If you want to get into the sell, feel free, because again, you're at a high point, which is a very good place to sell from. We sell high, we buy low. That is the name of the game. Now, I do feel like we're going to get a little push to take out the high, because we're so close to taking out the previous week high. We'll get this push, and then we'll probably get the drop. So, if you don't think my stop loss is far enough, put yours a little farther away. It's just that simple, right? And then you'll probably be able to survive, that hunt, what we call a liquidity grab or a stop hunt, right? You'll be able to survive that, and then price will, turn around and you'll see it go in your favor. All right. So pound odd, bearish, guys. If you want this play, please let me know. Otherwise, we're moving on. So pound cat. Okay. Just gonna adjust what we got, and I see here and here. All right. So again, we broke the high of yesterday, and we could continue rising higher. But again, this candle's still another 10 hours left on it for it to close. And as we come down, well, let's look at it again. So here, we had trend line break right about there. We pushed down, and now we just kind of, consolidated. But we still broke structure. We made new lows. So there's bearish, there's some resistance here, right? I didn't draw it all out, but whoop, there it is. Okay. And now you guys can see, like, oh snap, I see it, right? Let's get it down to a lower time frame. There it is. Now things are looking more clear to you. And what you see, just again, a lot of sideways movement. Okay. So once you guys are able to spot these things, uptrends, consolidation, downtrends, you guys are on your way to making money. Okay. That's what it's going to be like. So for right now, again, the candles are consolidating on pound CAD, but I expect us to kind of go, and since we're pushing above the high of yesterday, I just expect us to go and, do one of these numbers, boop, like this, right? Take out some liquidity here. There's an order block sitting over here, right? So we're going to push up, get some of this, and then we're going to come on down, all right? That's what I think we're going to get on pound cat. Now, maybe we don't get the push, right? Maybe we don't get the hunt. Maybe we respect this resistance area of consolidation, and then we start to fall. Either way, what you guys want to do is just set alerts to let you know when pound odd is falling, just like this, right? Right click, add alert, kaboom, right? Easy peasy. Okay, do it again, to get more alerts set in the mix. So when you see those alerts just going bing, 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 right? Then you'll know, oh snap, pound CAD is falling. I need to go check the charts. And if the bears have shown up, what they close, start selling it, okay, with your stop above this resistance area, which is above the previous week high, et cetera, and you more than likely money on that trade. All right. So pound pairs for now are looking bearish. All right. Last week or the week before, they were very, very bullish. Okay. So, 1 second. What is this? Okay, I don't want that. Sorry, guys. One moment. Okay. Oh, damn. What is that? Okay. All right. So, yeah, all last, week or two ago, CPI came out for pound, and pound shot up. One of my members passed their challenges. She caught 500 pips on GJ, right? It was a beautiful, beautiful time. But now that time is over, and I feel like, from that big move up, now we're starting to head down. Same, similar to the dollar, where we had that big move down. Now we're starting to go up, right? Every pair, if you will, has their cycle. You just got to be able to spot it, and when you can, you can make a good amount of money. So, just again, setting alerts on this pound cat. I saw the euro go off again, so let's go and check that out and see what opportunities we have there. All right, I see rejection is what I see. Okay, now again, if you guys don't remember, it was pushing up. The wick is still there to tell the story, okay? But it was pushing up, right? So like I told you, some people, they'll see it going up. Oh man, oh man, oh man. They close out and then kaboom, it happens all the time, guys. So just stick to your guns, all right? You'll be happy, right? When you're not happy, is when you don't stick to your guns, right? And you start getting into, you're in a sell, then you close it, and you get into a buy, and then you close that, and then you get back into a sell, and then it's crazy, right? You don't need it to be that way. Your emotions will get the best of you for sure, right? You'll pull your hair out, you'll break the TV, the computer, you slap the kids, all kind of crazy stuff will be happening, and you'll wonder, like, is this really for you? And whoop de whoop, right? But again, I'm trying to tell you, get it under control, pick a side, ride or die, right? You do that, you're gonna be okay, right? But it's easier said than done. So again, get with me. All right. Anyway, getting some rejection and we could drop on the euro dollar. So back to these pound. Again, almost everything I'm wanting to sell, right? So dollar, non-dollar based pairs I want to sell them. Pound pairs, odd and CAD I want to sell them, or at least look for the sells. Pound CHF, all right, this is telling a different story. Even though we're probably going to get a pullback, which is going to be a sell, right? But it won't be lining up with the trend. It'll just be catching the pullback, right? It won't be trying to, catch it actually running all the way down. Okay, so coming to the daily, we broke above the high. We broke above yesterday's high and last week high. So we're really in like, look, so all I did was zoom out and look left, and we're at a resistance level. I'm just gonna depict it with this horizontal line right there, right? And have it as red. There's our resistance. So once again, yes, we got this major push up, but now we're possibly going to get, that push back down. And how many pips might that be from this high? It's about 90 pips, guys. So all you do is you go down, you keep going down to the lower time frames until you can find, a change of character from a uptrend to a downtrend so that you can get in to try to catch the pullback. But keeping in mind that you are in a uptrend, okay? So you don't want to be too greedy trying to, like you don't want to catch 3,000 pips is what I'm saying, right? If you know that price can go at least 80 pips, aim for 20, 20, 30, 40 pips, right? You do that, you most likely will hit it. And then, if it just happens to go 80 pips faster than you expected, well, congratulations, right? You know what I mean? But typically, if you got to keep things in perspective, right? It's just the pullback. It is not the run, meaning it's not going in the direction of the trend. It's going against the trend. So you never really want to go against the trend unless you know what you're doing, right? In this case, I feel like because when we got up here before, right, we hit it once. Let's see how many times. All right, so it went through this consolidation, but after we broke out, we came back to it one time, drop, two time, drop, right? And now here's the third time we're back here, and we may get another drop, guys. We may even get one of these, right? Just crazy. But let's bring it on down, right? From the daily to the 4 hour, you see two candles now. Now you see three candles on the 2 hour. You see more candles. You guys get the idea. But look at this on the 1 hour, right? Look how when we push up, right? Look how we start getting rejection right at that resistance area from the past. That's no coincidence, guys. All right, I just want to point that out. All right. Anyways, rejection. Looks like it's going to push up, but no, we're starting to get more rejection. So, you know, you keep coming down. It's still bullish. All of this is still bullish. This is still a higher high, a little level of support right here. And then coming down 15 minutes, still bullish structure. We got a little fair value gap between these two candles. Okay. And stretch that out. Look, it's still respecting the gap. So this is still bullish. Again, 5 minute, still bullish, right? The structure even becomes a little bit more clear because you're getting in all the details. But basically you can see that the lows are getting higher. Okay. So right now, this bad boy looks ready for a buy. Okay. I know it did this big push up and you're like, it can't keep going up. Oh, yes, it can. Okay. It can keep rising. But because it's at this major level of resistance, right? I want to be careful, right? Now, don't get me wrong. If I get into a buy right now, right, I can get away with, 12 pip stop loss. I can get away with a 26 pip stop loss. So it's not the end of the world, right? But it's still something that you want to take in consideration. is that you're up against a major level of resistance. So I'm gonna look at the RSI, and I can see that we have divergence on the RSI. What that means is on the chart, we're making higher highs. On the RSI, we're making lower highs. So it's telling me price really wants to go down. So because there's a conflict there, I need to wait, right? I need to wait for something, right? So if I want to sell it, I need to basically fall, break this low, okay? Come back to it, respect this low, previous low that was broken, and then give me another fall. If I get that to where I get this lower high that's created, oh, I'm taking, I can wait a little bit until it pulls back again, like, somewhere in the gap, somewhere here, whatever, right? But I'm going to take the sell regardless, right? Whether I take it here or if it pushes up a little higher and I take it here, I'm going to take that sell and I'm going to have my stop loss right above here. And then, you know, the fat lady will sing, right? Kaboom, take all of that. I take my, 40, 50 pips. Maybe I get the 80 or 90 and I'm out of there, right? That's how that's going to go, guys. So sorry to, kind of touch on that one so long, but all of these pound pairs are looking bearish. Start looking for the opportunity. All right, pound New Zealand. Let's get to the higher time frame. Okay. And this is still, yep, of last week. All right, so once again, we're breaking previous day's highs on these pound pairs, right? But still got 10 hours left on the candle, and we can already see some rejection. So here you saw a big move up. Now you're seeing a big move down. Again, it's we got to wait for this to close, and then we'll know for sure if it'll continue rising or not. But as we go and look at it from a lower time frame, get to see more structure. And now, this was a little area here that we tapped in. Okay. So we could just, again, start falling, right now. Okay. But we do have some changes of character. So it is more bullish than it is bearish. Okay. So just want to point that out. Let's see. Yeah, so don't go for a sell just yet. Because of the change of character. So we made equal lows, looks like a double bottom, came up, we broke this high. So we made a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Who knows how far this low is going to be. That's what Fibonacci's for, to kind of tell you how far this is going to pull back. And then again, we could probably tap into this order block here and then start to shoot back up. So be careful, selling pound New Zealand. It's not a full go just yet for a sell, but it's possible. Okay, GJ. So let me see. Yep, did the same thing. Broke the high, pushed up, took out previous day and previous week high. So it does seem like it wants to continue rising. You just got to wait for that candle to close, but you never know what you're going to get. As we get throughout the day, you're already seeing the bears show up. So this could be a false break, right? It could just break out, and now this candle could just push back down, and we get back into the range to where this is, going to be considered a false break. But yeah, so as of right now, and yeah, we got divergence on this as well. So, could play this with a position like this right now. Okay, and aim just about there. There's your 1 and 2. Okay, it's actually coming to the low before price took off, and this is 34 pip stop for 71 pip take profit. All right, it looks decent. Okay, especially with the divergence backing it up. Got a little bit of a trend line break right there. It's kind of tight, but still promising. All right, now looks like it's creating the gap. So if it does, then price obviously may push up into the gap that it's creating, right, and then push down. But it's not too bad to kind of get into this for a sell right now. This is probably one I would want to get into for this morning to have us, leaving with something. Again, guys, apologies for, when it's not really ready, right? I'm never going to force you guys to get in to, a trade just to say that you took a trade, right? That's just not how it goes, not the name of the game, right? We need quality setups. And more importantly, we need to have good reasons as to why, we got into the trade, not just because we want to take a trade. All right. So, if anybody's upset, again, I don't know what to tell you, just this is how it's played, right? We make sure that there's things that are in our favor because this is all just a game of odds, right? You just need more things to tell you to buy or sell than anything else, and you go with it that way. But GJ, guys, if you want to take it, let me know. I'll give you some numbers, and you guys can get into that, right? So if the dollar's going to rise, these dollar-based pairs should also rise, right? Doesn't look too promising right now because these candles are weird. I do see we're still in that pullback phase of this up move, right? But it should rise. Long story short, all right, dollar CHF is already rose, all right, so it kind of beat us to the punch, and I got a little bit of cleaning up to do, but ultimately what you guys can see is that it's already rising, okay? So broke the previous day high and the previous week high, and it's taking off. So looking left, it's at a level of resistance right now, okay? So kind of put it at the wick, and you just don't know if it's going to continue going. But guys, I really do feel like dollar's going to give us a push down first, and then it's going to take off, right? Just like I said on the dollar, that's what I think we're going to get here. We're going to get that push down, maybe possibly take out these lows, and then we're going to go ahead and shoot up. And that's if inflation lowers, right? If inflation higher, we can see the dollar tank, right? That's just how that's going to go. Okay. So bearish on the non-dollar based pairs, bearish on pound odd, pound CAD, pound CHF, NGJ, right? Most of the pound pairs bearish. The dollar based pairs, I'm bullish. All right. So if I'm bullish on the dollar, that means I'm looking to sell gold. Okay. Now, gold is, in this little downtrend for right now, okay? And it looks like it's in a good area to drop, right? But we need the bears to show up first, okay? So, again, I know majority of this stuff won't really play out until the day gets going, right? News is going to be, I think, 8:30 for CPI, and then obviously the stock market opens at 9:30 right after that. So, around that time is when things are really going to be rocking and rolling. Right now, excuse me, we're just, trying to see what it's going to be, right? And again, most times, most times the chart won't lie to you, but obviously there's times where it's not that the chart is lying to you, but news just caused it to reverse on you. So again, if you're going to trade, make up your mind on which side you think it's really, the charts is telling you, and stick with that. Because if you try to switch it up, you're going to be pretty hurt. All right. But gold definitely looking promising for the drop as we have our run, our pullback, our run, and our pullback. So we should get the run if the dollar rises. All right. So I'll be looking to sell gold. And again, you guys can take your chances right now. Right. It doesn't hurt, right, to just kind of get in with a very tight stop loss. All right. This is $4 move on gold. That's 40 pips, right? But if you just catch it right back down to the low, you're still getting a risk reward of 1 and 2 for $11 moves, and that's 110 pips. So, if right, what's to be expected, et cetera, et cetera. But just also keep in mind that if it's not playing out, if it's not moving, it's probably because there's news about to come out. and it's waiting for that, and then it'll move, and then you're like, oh shit, okay, I get it now, right? So just know gold, I'm looking to sell it, guys. It just looks perfect. Okay, oil. So it looks like we broke the previous day and the week's high, and we could probably rise on gold. I'm sorry, on oil. My team bought it way from 72, all right, and it's at 77. 5 point move. That's 500 pips. We bought this last week, okay, and yeah, so Tuesday last week, and we let it ride, right? We haven't seen any drawdown. It never even got near a stop loss, and now we're probably going to cash out, for it to hit our take profit since it's broken the previous day and the previous week high. But anytime you have a break, guys, you'll have you'll have a retest. All right, so here it is. You'll have the break, and then you'll get some kind of retest, and then you'll probably get the move up to take out the take profit. But oil for right now looks bullish, okay? But please understand, when you look left, this is why you analyze constantly, all right? You're up against a resistance area, okay? So you're not out of the gate just yet, right? Oil can definitely fall, okay? Because it's made a big move up without any real significant drop, okay, or pullback, right? You can see it here, right? So you got the drop, you got a big pullback. You got a drop, you got some good pullback. You got a drop, nothing, right? So again, you're just expecting this pullback. Most times you get it, sometimes you don't, okay? But um, if we get it, then we could easily turn bearish on oil, all right? But bearish on gold, bullish on oil, but just being careful of resistance to, it could pull back first or drop first before it rises. Nas, guys, everybody in my Discord knows, right? I called a sell on Nas. It just took us out, and then it completely tanked, and our take profit was right here. So after it took us out, it did a little dance, and then it came down and hit our take profit. I was pissed, okay, but such is life. That's how it goes, and it happens, okay. But you can see the story here, guys. It broke above previous week high, right? Made a new high for yesterday, made a new low for yesterday, and now it just broke the low of yesterday. So anytime you have a break, guys, you know it's next, right? The retest, right? Here's a gap here, right? Here's gaps here. There's gaps all over the place, right? So we can get that retest, right? So again, if the dollar falls, right, initially, then NAS will rise, okay? And then when the dollar rises, NAS will fall. Okay, so I'm looking for a selling opportunity on NAS. I've already missed the boat. Well, I know I did, right? Because this is a big drop. Here's the pullback, and here's another drop. So again, I'm expecting the pullback first before I get the drop. But definitely seems like the indices are coming down. That's exactly what happened last time, guys. I'm trying to hip y'all. That's exactly what happened last time with the year beginning on the dollar, right? With them not increasing interest rates, right? The dollar rose up, and the stock market, the stocks actually still went up a little bit, but for some of those days, right? Like here, like you see these big market went down, right? So here we're back in another situation just like that, right? So at least on my SPY call, all right? So this is SPY, you can see like what Nas did, right? So I caught SPY off the pullback here, and then we caught the drop, and we're in profit. It's about to hit our take profit right now, but we sold it off of the pullback, and we got that. So again, guys, you can see that I'm pretty much going to stick with the dollar being bullish and selling almost everything today. Just waiting for the stars to align, and once it does, then go selling it, looking to make a big profit. All the especially like odd dollar, euro dollar, the ones that really kind of mimic or from a correlation standpoint, really kind of shadow the dollar. I'm looking to sell those, right? I'm looking to sell possibly some of these pound pairs and buy some of these dollar-based pairs, and that'll be the day, right? You know what I mean? So I'm already winning on SPY. I don't need to do anything. US 30, there's a possibility of the drop, happening with that. Clearly, we're at support. So I would like to see it kind of rise before, I get into it for a sell. It is what it is, but look at that, guys. It's already kind of telling the story, if you will, of, got this and, got, come on, and you kind of got, a little channel almost, right? It's a little rough, but, you get the idea. So again, we could push up, because that's still bullish. But then if we break, then you can get ready for the roller coaster, right? We'll fall, we'll pull back, and we'll fall, we'll pull back, we'll fall, right? And we'll get all the way down there. So um, this is my expectations for today with CPI, guys. Dollar rising. If inflation stays lower, uh, indices falling, gold, the commodities falling, oil will definitely possibly fall because against that major level of resistance. The dollar-based pairs will shoot up. Not really telling what'll go on with the pound pairs. They may not even do anything because it's not their time. But at the same token, there's these are pairs that should not be affected by news that you can still trade because we'll have the New York and the London session overlapping early in the morning to where you'll have a lot of volatility and things should get moving. All right, but guys, any questions, any comments, any concerns whatsoever, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer. All right, guys, going once, going twice. All right, guys, we're out of here. Again, thank you all for showing up, showing love. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. All right, tell a friend to tell a friend. Come join me in my Discord. I got a Valentine's Day special going on, 25% off. Guys, we will be having live on this Tuesday and Thursday, and much, much more. So please, get in the mix, and be safe this morning. Don't do nothing crazy. Drive safe, and I will see you guys next time. All right, peace.